Hey everybody, this is Jim with 50pounds90days.com. Today is day 89 of my 50 pounds in 90 days challenge. Only one day left, and it's day 8 of my 10-day fast. So I'm just going to report on how my fast went and how my challenge is going. And first, I did it. I achieved my goal. I reached my 50-pound weight loss. This morning I was 249.6. And if you remember, I started at 299.8. So I've lost just over 50 pounds in 89 days. And I have one day left, and I'm going to keep at it. So I've been on this 10-day fast now for 8 days. And I'm going to go ahead and finish out my fast. I thought a little bit about ending my fast when my challenge ended a day early. Ending my fast a day early since I reached my goal. But I'm going to stick to the 10-day fast. Because I said I would, and because I think that's important to follow through with the goals that we made. So Thursday evening I'll have dinner, and that'll be 10 days, pretty much right on the dot when I eat dinner on Thursday. And I think on Thursday evening I'll just have probably a kefir smoothie. So kefir is like a drink, it's almost like a drinkable yogurt. It's a fermented milk. You can go read about it, Kefir. You can Google it and see what it is. But it's really good for repopulating the gut biome. So I haven't eaten for 10 days, so there's probably not much in there as far as bacteria to digest food. So drinking some kefir will repopulate that, and it's supposed to really help with the good bacteria, a really good probiotic. So I'm going to do that probably in a smoothie with some fruit. We have some fresh peaches off a peach tree in our backyard, which is really cool. First time we've gotten peaches off of it, and we have a bunch. So I'll probably put some of those in there, probably a banana and some frozen berries, and whatever else I can find in the freezer that's fruit to put in there, and drink that. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be on Thursday evening, so no food till then. And I read a little bit about breaking a fast and the health risks of breaking a fast. So fasting is actually pretty healthy. Our bodies are designed to be able to handle fasting from way back, when humans weren't always able to get food. Our bodies copes pretty well with not having food. But there are some health risks, potential health risks, when you start eating again. So there's a thing called refeeding syndrome that can happen after a long period of fasting and then you eat again. There's some mechanisms in your body that can be disrupted by that. One of them I read about is your blood phosphorus levels. Your body works to keep your blood phosphorus levels constant, and in order to do that, it'll take stored phosphorus out of your soft tissues and I think out of your bones as well. I'm not an expert, but this is how I understand it, to keep your blood level, phosphorus levels the same. And then if that happens and your soft tissues are very low on phosphorus and then you eat, then your body releases insulin, which helps bring, insulin brings sugar into the cells, but it also brings that phosphorus into the cells. And so your blood phosphorus can become critically low and cause major health problems. And I think there's some other health issues that can happen with refeeding syndrome. But from what I read about it, I'm not too worried about it for a few reasons. Number one, it's very rare, even in people who are in the susceptible category. And number two, those susceptible to it generally have fasted more than 2 weeks. And I've only been fasting 10 days, so just under that. So from what I've read, people who have fasted less than 2 weeks don't need to worry nearly as much about it. And then the third is that, from what I've read, people that are susceptible to it really are only people who are actually severely malnourished. And it was actually discovered in concentration camps during World War II. That's when it became a scientific thing, and when it was discovered and observed for the first time, at least in modern history. So, from what I understand. So, I obviously am not severely malnourished. I still have quite a bit of fat on me, and I've been taking a multivitamin every day. I meant to check if it has phosphorus in it. I haven't checked, but I will. And in addition to all that, I am going to take it slow when I eat. Like I said, my first meal is just going to be kefir and some fruit. And I'm using low-fat kefir this time. Normally I drink whole milk kefir, but I did read that if you shouldn't eat fats right when you break a fast, because the bile that digests the fats in your body haven't been active for a while, and so if you eat fat right away, it can cause problems. So it's good to have a low-fat meal to start with, so that your body can get used to digesting again, and can get everything flowing again, and then you can start eating fat. So for my first meal, it's just going to be that low-fat kefir with some fruit. So a good low-fat meal to get the body working again, and then we'll go into more foods after that. So again, I'll talk again about some of the discomfort I've had from fasting. So it hasn't actually been that bad. Actually, it feels easier now than the first few days of doing OMAD, 1 meal a day. So people who do OMAD know that the first 3 or 4 days are really killer. They're really hard, and then once you hit that 4th day or 5th day, then things really smooth out and get a lot easier. So it hasn't been all that hard to resist temptation. The biggest challenges I've had is the lightheadedness, which I've talked about before, which went away when I started drinking electrolytes in the form of pickle juice. And it came back a little bit today. I had just a couple episodes where I felt a little bit lightheaded. Not nearly like I did before. I didn't feel like I was about to pass out or anything. I just noticed it a little bit. So maybe I'll drink some more electrolytes tomorrow. We'll see. I didn't drink any today, just water yesterday and today. And so maybe tomorrow I'll do some more if I'm still having trouble. But like I said, it was so minor that it's not really even notable hardly. Then the other one is the indigestion, heartburn, acid reflux, whatever you want to call it. That's been pretty bad. I talked a little bit about that in my last video, the mechanism for that. And so that today was very noticeable. Later in the afternoon, actually for the first half of the day, I didn't really have it. You know, it was better than it's been. So it wasn't until like 2 o'clock in the afternoon I got it a little bit. And luckily I brought some Tums to work, so I was able to take some antacids. And that always helps. Like, that completely makes it go away for a few hours. Then I got home from work a little bit later. I took a couple more because it was coming back. On the way home from work, I went shopping to get food for the family, and also for when I start eating again, I grab some healthy foods that I can eat when I do start eating again. And so shopping while you're fasting is already hard, and then it's been a long time fasting, so everything looks really good. And thinking about what I might eat after the fast really got my stomach acid going and made me have some pretty major indigestion and heartburn. I say pretty major. I've had worse from overeating than I got from fasting, but it was. And then I just took some antacids when I got home, and everything was fine. And I feel fine now, so maybe I'll take a couple before I go to bed, just so I don't get woken up. Although my indigestion has been worse during the day than it has been at night doing this fast, which normally is the opposite for me. It usually keeps me up at night, so not sure why that is, but I'm thankful that I'm able to sleep at night at least. So anyway, that's about it for today's update. I'm super excited that I made it. Just under the 90 days, there for a minute. I was really confident throughout the challenge that I was going to make it. And then, about 8 days ago, I think, 7 or 8 days ago, when I had 8 days left and 6 pounds to lose, I think it was, then it was looking, well, is that even possible? And I was doubting a little bit whether I could make it. But you know what? I decided the only chance I had was to do this 10-day fast. And I know fasting is really good for my body. Even like medium-term, longer-term fasting, like a 10-day fast is good for my body. So I did that, and I achieved my goal. So hard work pays off, and sacrifice pays off. And I know that it's because of that I've achieved my goal, all the hard work and doing this challenge. So I am going to finish out my 10-day fast, even though I've already reached my goal. I thought for a little bit that maybe I wouldn't finish my 10-day fast, that I could go ahead and eat, after the challenge is over and I made it, then why not just eat? But, I made a commitment and I made a goal to fast for 10 days, so I'm going to do that. So even though the challenge is over Wednesday, I'm going to go ahead and fast through Thursday, till my Thursday evening meal, and finish out that 10-day fast. So thanks for watching. Thanks very much. And if you want to follow my progress a little more closely, you can go to my blog at 50pounds90days.com, where I post every day how I went. I post a little more detail than I do in these videos. I post a picture of my scale with my weigh-in, and if I eat anything, I post a picture of my food. And there's also links there for a Facebook page that I made where you can get in contact with me, as well as a MyFitnessPal link. And I haven't posted to MyFitnessPal much because I primarily use it to capture my food and count my calories and then my exercise, which I obviously haven't eaten for a while. And then I haven't done a lot of exercise, especially on this challenge. Yesterday I did walk for 2 miles, and that felt really good to get a little bit of exercise in. I was really feeling like I needed that. I actually have quite a bit of energy during this fast, especially now. There for a few days I was feeling pretty lethargic, but now I guess my body's getting used to it and my energy's coming back. So anyway, so that's what I post on MyFitnessPal. So go ahead, and if you're on there, feel free to friend me there, and feel free to leave a comment in the comments if you have any questions or want to get a hold of me. And I'd appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the videos. And anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day.